Record now. Thank you. Okay, we are recording. Okay, so I went live on Dream Squad earlier today because, as I was saying, we want to kind of gear our push groups in a whole nother direction. And we want to kind of take it back to when we used to do power hours. Hold on. If everybody can mute themselves. I'm going through muting you guys. Okay. Well, so right now we're concentrating mostly on host to post. And the reason we want to get away from doing strictly host to post is because, like, I feel like either it works or it doesn't. It does amazing things for a lot of people, and some people it doesn't do that much for. So I think that if we go back to working our power hours, which I'll go into each step, it'll kind of bring back our algorithm and start switching things up, and then I'll also show you guys where you can plug in host to post. So Colette, feel free to jump in whenever you want to. So I want to show you guys, this is a daily activity tracker that I like to focus on. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I will send it to you guys if you guys want to message me what your email addresses are. I can message this to you guys. So this basically, I print off one of these every month. So I would put here for April, and then each one represents a day. And what we have to understand is, in order to get paid in our business, you've got to show up. You don't just get to enroll as a distributor, call yourself a distributor, and then on the 15th look for a paycheck if you haven't been working. When I say working, I mean putting in power hours. A couple a day if you can, but you've got to do one every single day. One of the goals on our, let me rewind here a little bit. So normal people, prior to joining the business, they only have a few select, or not select, a few people on their Facebook. They only have like 150, 200, 300 Facebook friends. That's what normal people have. But when you only have that many Facebook friends, only 70% of your friends are seeing your posts. So you're really limiting yourself. You're really limiting yourself to getting your posts out there. So it's so crucial to actually increase your friends list. So, and there's a few ways that you can increase your friends list. So I know a lot of people are scared, like, I don't want random strangers on my friends list. I'm worried about stalkers. So this is why you only request women. I never advise that you request men. You don't request like big businesses or companies or anything, because these aren't going to be people who are going to want to come to you for product. So what you're going to want to find is just your normal everyday people. One way that I like to send friend requests is by going, you know, say I'll pick my aunt who's in another state. I'll go to her friends list and I'll send friend requests to everybody who we have 2 or more mutual friends with. And I'll do this with several of my friends, just kind of anybody. I'll just pull up somebody's profile and then just go to their friends list and send friend requests. And the reason I say to do 2 or more, because you're already mutual friends with the person that you've gone to their friends list. So I say 2 or more because it looks less weird. If you get a random friend request from somebody who you have no mutual friends with, they're going to jump in your inbox and say, how do I know you? It's going to just kind of look a little bit weird. So this is also how you can get out of your state, out of your city. So some people on my team, they're saying, you know what, everybody that I'm mutual friends with, you're mutual friends with. You know, we're from like a small town in Henderson, so I'm mutual friends with Tanya. We have like over 200 mutual friends. So I would say get outside of our state, go to other states. And the way you can do that is go find your cousin, a friend, another location. Just go find somebody else on your friends list and hit up their friends. It's important to add friends on your friends list every single day. Colette, how many Facebook friends requests would you say is safe to send a day?
Well, so I personally say between 10 to 20. Like I honestly don't do a ton. And the reason why I like that number for myself is because I'm more particular about who I add. I want to make sure. So when I go through, for instance, if I go through one of my old high school friends who, she's really positive, she's really outgoing, she's very kind. People like her, and she was one of my high school friends. And so I'm going to go and friend request a few of her friends, because we're going to have that personality or that commonality with her. She's very particular about her friends. And so I know that I'm going to find good quality people there. But if I just started friend requesting a bunch of people, it could potentially change your Facebook wall feel. And so I personally stick between 10 to 20 myself. I don't like to have a ton of requests out there pending. And I might be getting a little ahead of myself. And so I just do between 10 to 20. You're going to have, there's a place in your friend request section that says pending friend request. And I go back through like once every couple of weeks, and I kind of remove that friend request because not everyone's going to accept it. Mm-hmm. But if you do it too much, you could get, they call it Facebook jail, where they're like, hey, you're friending too many people. You're probably going to be spammy. And then they put a freeze on your commenting or your friend requests. And so, because this is our business, we want to be careful about that.
Yeah. And also, if another reason that you want to pick 2 or more mutual friends, because Facebook will catch on if you're sending a whole bunch of friend requests to people that you only have like maybe 1 mutual friend with, or even no mutual friends. And then once they start asking you, do you know this person? That's when you start backing up, because you don't want to go to Facebook jail. Sometimes I've actually, the most I've ever requested in one time was 80 people. And I kept going. I was pushing it until I got to 80, and Facebook never even like flagged me, never questioned me. But I'm like, I'm not going to even test these waters here because I will die if I get put in Facebook jail. So sending friend requests.
One thing I was going to say, when it says suggested friends, don't ever go through and add the people on suggested friends, because it's going to suggest Tiffany's friends because she and I have mutual friends. Guys, you're going to be all of a sudden friending my friends or friending Tiffany's friends or Trisha's friends. Don't do that. Get outside of that.
Or you'll end up friend requesting other distributors. So yeah, it's never a good idea to do suggested friends. So stay away from that. Another way you can send friend requests is, like, if you're in a group, like a Facebook group, like a mommy group, you can send friend requests to some of those people, especially your local town. Like if you've got a local like yard sale site, it's easy to go in there and kind of send friend requests because you're going to have mutual friends with a lot of these people. So that's Facebook. You guys should be utilizing both Facebook and Instagram. And it always switches up. Like I used to find that I get more distributors on Facebook because you're more personable on Facebook. And then I used to get all my loyal customers from Instagram. But I mean, one serves a different purpose than the other. Instagram allows us to really get out there. It's so non-personal. You can just spam your Instagram and your stories as much as you want because it's so non-personal. So definitely you want to jump on board Instagram if you aren't already. And what you want to do is up your followers. How you're going to up your followers is by following people. So what you can do, if there's a specific state, so say you want to get friends in Canada, search up Canadian nightlife. And then you can go look through their followers or, find a location and then look through the followers of that location, and you can just kind of follow all those people. You can do this for any state if you want to get into New York, if you want to get into look up the Empire State Building. But you can do this. It's a great way to actually expand and get outside of your network. I've gotten a lot of people. One of my really good distributors, Geetha, she followed me on Instagram forever. We weren't even Facebook friends. And she followed me for 3 years and finally jumped on board. So that's a complete different market out there that you don't want to neglect. And with Instagram, gosh, my activity tracker must be old because I have just followed 20 new people on Instagram. What do you say, Colette?
Oh, I can follow 100.
Okay, so shoot for like 50 to 100 follows every single day on Instagram. When you're in the bathroom, or if you're just waiting for your kids to get out of school, that's a great time to actually send friend requests and follow-ups. Remember, the more people that see your post, the more opportunity that you're going to have out there. The people that are stuck on keeping their social media on lockdown and not allowing new friends, they're the ones that will never succeed in this business. I promise you guys. So don't hold yourselves back from increasing your audience. Crucial to do every single day. Another thing is engaging on social media. So we've got what we call an algorithm. If you ever notice, you see the same people posting over and over. It's because these are the people that you mostly communicate with. I know that there's been times where I'm like, oh my gosh, did so-and-so unfriend me because I haven't seen any of their posts? I'll go to their Facebook page. We're still friends, but the reason I'm not seeing their posts is because we don't engage. And so if I'm not seeing their posts, more than likely they're not seeing mine. So it's important to engage every single day on your Facebook. Don't just go through liking. Actually put a meaningful comment. If you see somebody they're on vacation, actually make a comment that's more than 5 words. Say, oh my gosh, these pictures are gorgeous. I've always wanted to go here. I mean, just make it something to where they're going to remember you commenting on their social media. You can't get upset for somebody not commenting on yours if you're not sharing the same love. Another way that you could just do this by going through your news feed, but what you really want to do is switch up your algorithm. Colette, explain how to do the ABCs.
Okay, so this is to ensure that you're touching, commenting, connecting with each one of your Facebook friends. And every time I go through this, I'm like, oh shoot, I have forgotten about this person, or it jogs my memory about a question they had about a product. And so you would go to your profile. So I'm going to go to my profile and I'm going to click on See All Friends. So I go to my See All Friends, and it didn't used to, but now it is in alphabetical order, but I'm going to show you what you can do. So I have my list right here. You know that there's 26 letters in the alphabet. There's more than 26 days in the month. So I have my little tattered bent piece of paper, and I have the numbers of the day, and I have the letters of the alphabet. So you guys, today's the 9th. So today it would be letter I. And so I would go into my friends list, and it says search with the little magnifying glass, search your friends list. And I would type in, if I type in just one I, then it's literally going to come up with every single person who has an I in their name. And so I do it more refined. So I do I, and now I'm going to do the alphabet, IA. And it doesn't have anyone. So then I go to IB. I'm going through the alphabet of the I's. So IB. No one there. Well, let's do IC. Okay, so IC, I come up with one person. So I'm going to go and I'm going to click on her, and I'm going to go like and comment, more than 5 to 6 words for a comment. And then I'm going to hit the back arrow, and I'm going to go ID. And I'm going to literally go through, so ID is right there. But I'm going to go through the entire alphabet until I go, IE, IF, IG, IH, I, until I get to IZ. I'm going to go through the entire letter in one day and connect and like and comment and send a message. I'll always go through, so on Kelsey Ice, that was the girl with IC. I'm going to go to my messages. I'm going to see if we had any recent conversations. I'm going to go to her Facebook wall. I'm going to go look and see what's her most recent post. Can I comment? Because all of us look at the comments first versus the likes. We all do that.
Okay, so real quick again, how do we get there? We click on friends.
So go to your profile.
Okay.
And then you go see all friends.
Okay.
Search your friends list.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah. And so what I do, what I like to keep in the back of my mind, I know Tiffany's going to talk about your hundreds list. And your hundreds list is not only inclusive to 100 people, but this is people who engage your Facebook, who send you messages. This is anyone who has anything to do with connecting with you, not just with It Works, but just on any level. But as I'm going through the alphabet, I am making it a point to narrow that list down and be like, who in the eyes is going to be magnetic, who has a large following, who is kind, who's positive, who has amazing posts. And I am going to, so I call it my 20s list. That's where I narrow it down of people that I want to see first, people that I want to make sure I'm in contact with, so that I don't forget about those people. And one day when it feels right, I'm going to be like, girl, you got it going on. I want you on my team. Have you ever thought of earning extra income from home? So we have our hundreds list, and that's how this is what we do by going through the alphabet. We're going and we're creating our hundreds list, but then I narrow it down on people who just stand out above the crowd, who make you a better person, who make Facebook a better platform, and that's how I work.
So that's how you can engage on Facebook. And you'll notice as you start commenting and engaging with your people, you're going to see a lot more action on your Facebook as well. So, and you're going to do the same thing on Instagram. You're just going to kind of scroll through and comment on everybody's feeds, because look at it from the average person's point of view. Already maybe a lot of people don't really comment, but if you're coming out and you're making comments on their posts, they're going to remember exactly who you are. And as you keep showing them love, they're going to start paying attention to who you are. One thing that's super easy to do is send happy birthdays to all of your friends. So how you can do this, go into your events on Facebook, click on calendar, and then you're going to click on the date of today. So let me just tell you guys real quick, make sure you're on the right date, because last week I was on the 12th and I sent happy birthday to everybody whose birthday was on the 12th. And somebody said, thank you, but my birthday is not until like a week away. I was like, oh my God. Now I had to go back and like delete all those. So make sure you're on the right date, and then you can go through and actually send happy birthdays to all these people. Now, don't just say happy birthday, because that's what everybody does. Address them by name, leave a birthday cake emoji, make it to where it stands out to them. And by sending happy birthdays every single day, this makes it to where you're going to touch base with every single buddy or every single person on your friends list at one point throughout the year. So if there's somebody, a normal person who only has 200 friends and they only get 6 happy birthdays, then you come up with a big old happy birthday, Trisha, I hope you had a wonderful day, you know, with the birthday cake, they're like, wow, you're going to make them feel special and they're going to remember you. So happy birthdays, make that a part of your daily routine. Okay, so Colette was talking about hundreds lists. So one big thing that we have a hard time with, you know, when it comes to sending messages is, who do I message? This is where your 100s list comes in. And, you know, when I first got into the business, they said make a hundreds list. I'm like, I can't think of 100 people from the top of my head. So the easiest way to come up with a 100s list is to get out a piece of paper and you just count 50 down one side, 50 down the other side. Go through all of your posts, not your It Works posts, but any regular posts, and pay attention to who has liked or commented any of those posts and write their names down on this list. Because these are people who have already seen your posts, and these are people who already know who you are. So these are going to be people that part of your daily activities, you are going to reach out to them and offer them an opportunity to be a product tester of yours. So you can give them, this can be a message that you can copy and paste to 20 different people every day, but just modify it, you know, address them by name. Just kind of make each post, each message more personable. If you know that this person just went on vacation, you could start your message out by, hey girl, your vacation looked amazing, you know, and just kind of engage a little bit, and then, you know, hit them with the message, and you could just say, look, I'm looking for a few product testers. I'm looking to help some people who have some goals of growing longer hair, losing some weight, if they have, you know, problems with stress and anxiety, you know, do you have any of these goals? And then they'll respond to you, and then that's when you could talk to them about a few of your different products. So this is how we used to do it back before Host to Post came out. And you have 3 options there. People will either read your message and ignore it, which is fine, and this will happen a lot. Don't take it personal. Or they'll read it and respond, say, no, thank you, or yes, I'm interested. I mean, you just have 3 different options. But, you know, the thing is it's a numbers game. 1 out of 10 people will say yes. So the more messages that you send, the more opportunity that you're going to have out there. And this also gives, them not everybody wants to lose weight. Some people want to, grow their hair. Some people just want to get healthy and take their greens. So it just also gives you other opportunities. Whereas with the host to post, it's strictly focused with weight loss. So I feel like we're really targeting ourselves to only one area. Now here's where host to post can come in. Wait, first of all, if anybody here doesn't know what host to post is, please unmute yourself so that way we can explain it.
And really quick, I just wanted to just circle back. So your hundreds list, again, like Tiffany was saying, comes from your non-It Works posts. And so many of you are like, but no one's commenting on my It Works stuff. Guess what, girl? Me either. That's what happens. They don't comment on our stuff. They stalk and watch. That's what they do. But what tells you who is your audience and who's paying attention is your non-It Works stuff and who's liking and commenting. And I consider, I still post things that are of value to me and questions that I truly want to know the answer to. And I'm like, sweet, I'm getting a huge response of things that it's information I wanted to know, but I have 83 people watching because I made a post about cars. Okay, so I made a post about cars and I got 83 comments. And I know Tiffany got one that went viral about show me your pet.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you guys, that excites me. That's who's following you. That's who sees your stories. That's who sees your wall. And I love that. That's what's important. Now, if you were not getting any engagement on your personal stuff, that's when we need to work on some things and help you connect with your audience, engage with them so they come back to you. Because, that's the bigger problem. So when you're connecting with this 83 and I'm talking about cars, they're going to be still stalking and watching, looking at my keto coffee and my TFX and my pens and all these promotions. And I'm over there engaging with them where I can say, hey, you know what? I'm going for a huge promotion. Would you mind hosting a post for me? Or would you mind ordering from my catalog and getting 40% off because you've already engaged? Boom. Ready?
Yes. And so we say, create your 100s list, but this actually needs to go beyond 100. You should have a revolving 100s list. So like Colette she just shared, so 83 people, those people need to be on her 100s list now because they've already been engaging. They're commenting on her stuff. So now she should be going through and like, okay, I'm going to add all these people here now. So engagement posts they can actually be so much fun. And it's a way, again, for people to start commenting and switching up your algorithm. So when she's talking about my post, I made a post saying something, show me a picture of your fur baby. People love to do that. They're like, oh, this is so-and-so, and here's him playing at the park, and here's his name, and they just get so excited, and then other people will go through commenting, oh, your puppy's so cute. So it's like the whole time building up your whole post. And you could do this with anything. A while ago, I was looking and something popped up in my timeline. And I love when things pop up in your timeline because you can recycle some posts. I posted something like, I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and we were talking about how much we spend on groceries. I'm curious, how much do you spend on groceries, and how many people are in your family? Everybody is going to comment on that because everybody wants to give their input. So things like that they're amazing engagement posts. You can even ask, what was your teenage celebrity heartthrob? Anything fun, but engagement posts are important to do. And don't make your Facebook or your Instagram look like an It Works billboard. So when we say post about your business, we do not mean just post about your business. Nobody wants to follow that. You have to look at it from your viewer's point of view. You don't want to see that. What you have to do is build your brand on social media. Who are you? You're not just an It Works distributor. You're also a mother. You're a wife. You have a passion. What is that passion? You have to show that. You want to be a positive person. Now that you're an It Works distributor, like people are drawn to positivity. So please do not go on there airing dirty laundry. Don't go on being negative. Don't go on complaining. It's draining. And people aren't going to want to see that. But let me tell you, When they wake up in the morning, if you're posting a positive meme, which is something I try to do every single day, people are going to look forward to that and they're going to know you for that. Positivity will always draw people in. But think of what your niche is. Everybody's got their own niche. You know, prior to this business, I was a personal trainer. So you haven't lately, but you will see a whole bunch of sweaty selfies of me or me checking in at the gym or talking about health and wellness and fitness and all that stuff. What is that sets you apart from somebody else? Trish is a twin mom. So you're going to go on her page and expect to see twins. You know, Tanya her son is autistic, so she's real big in that community. So you'll expect to, you know, see things that are kind of draw you to a certain person. So figure out who you are and build your brand on social media, because people will buy into you before they buy into your product. Do you have anything you want to add on that, Colette?
They do. So we have to put ourselves in our audience's shoes. You guys, I joined not because I wanted to. I needed the free product. I did not want to be part of network marketing. I thought they were pushy, obnoxious, salesy, whatever. So when I started seeing the makeup MLMs and LuLaRoe MLMs, like when I started seeing all this, and if that's all they were, I unfollowed them. So are we doing what annoys us? However, I have a lot of friends in a lot of network marketing businesses that are inspiring, that provide good content that I love. So I follow them. And when they comment, one girl commented today about this beautiful makeup palette. And I was like, commenting like, oh, that is gorgeous. I would buy that. But I follow her because she's not just her makeup. She's more than that. And that's what we need to remember.
Network marketers have a rap for being pushy and salesy, and that's what we want to get away from. So if you see somebody who's commenting or who's making a post about how much weight they've lost, don't go on there recommending your products. So you go on there, you give them kudos, you give them gifts, you give them emojis. Go, girl, you know, congratulations, you've got this. And they're like, wow. And they're going to go to your page and they're like, oh my God, this person sells weight loss products, and not one time did they push that on me. They're going to remember you for that. So you want to build genuine relationships. You want to be organic.
I have a comment. So I have a friend of mine. She's actually been a friend of mine since before we moved even to California. So probably 4 or 5 years. And she posted that she has had kidney failure and that she's been super sick, that she's been bedridden for a month. And I went on and commented, I'm like, girl, why didn't you tell me? I would have brought you over a meal. I would have brought you something. And next thing I know, she's messaging me privately and she says, I hate sharing my ailments on Facebook because I've already gotten 5 people message me on what they can sell me. And I'm like, that is so rude. She was just sharing that she's been sick and she had a good experience about something. And then people found that as a good sales opportunity. And it is not what we do. Just be a good friend. They will see your posts.
Yeah. And also, before you send messages to people, take a moment to quickly scroll down their newsfeed just to kind of see what they're up to. One person I was going to send a message to about being a product tester, I took a moment, scrolled through, and I found out she just buried her daughter. Her daughter just passed away. And I was like, I would have died had I sent this message. So instead, I turned the whole message around like, hey, I was just looking at your post, and if you don't mind me asking. So I started actually talking to her. She ended up falling to pieces on the message, and we continued messaging for a few days even after that, and the business went out the door there. But had I not taken that moment, can you imagine how she would have felt? And I've been like, hey, you want to be a product tester? That's what people don't like. So take a quick moment, just kind of scroll through real quick, and then you can, just to kind of see where they're at a little bit. Now, as far as host to post, here's what I like to do. So some people, even if they're interested in being a product tester, but they can't necessarily afford it at that time, the first thing you want to do is ask them, okay, when would it be a better time for me to follow up with you? They'll give you a date. Okay, I get paid on Wednesday. Put them in your agenda for Wednesday. I have an agenda book, and every single day I've got follow-ups in here. So put them in your agenda to follow up with them on whatever they tell you. If they don't give you a date, follow up with them every 2 days, every 2 weeks, and every month thereafter until they say no. Because to me, once they show interest, that means that they are a lead. And I'll follow up with them in different ways. I'll hit them up, on the day that I have them in my agenda book. And I'll just say, hey, girl, I've got some orders to input, and I can add yours to my list if you're interested. If so, I just need some information from you. I'll do voice memos. Sometimes, voice memos go a long way. And the other day I was walking through Smith's, and I'm just sending follow-up messages to people on voice. It's so much easier. And I'll just be like, hey, real quick, I'm going to get some orders in. Are you ready? If I see people just keep ghosting me, I will even, and this is my red personality, I'll come out and say, okay, you're starting to make me feel a little bit weird here. I'm stalking you because, one time you showed interest. If you're no longer interested, just let me know. And they'll laugh, oh, I'm so sorry, and yes, I'm interested. And, so don't be afraid to actually be you. Don't think you have to be so robotic in this business, because nobody wants to deal with that. So part of our daily activity trackers, I went through all the tasks. So once you've got your 100s list, send 20 messages out every day to a product tester, or to somebody who you want to be a product tester. Do your follow-ups. Follow-ups are key, and we call Friday Follow-up Friday because usually people get paid on Fridays. So if you have somebody who's interested in your product, and if you don't put them down in your book, they're going to always be interested in that product. And guess what? If Colette comes through, because this person's friends with you and Colette, and they see Colette's post, they're like, oh, I wanted that product. They're going to message Colette because you never followed up with them. And then you're going to lose that customer. So make sure you are following up with your people, because they're not, in their minds, they're not going to be loyal. They're not going to remember who they at one time contacted. Make sure you like and comment on Facebook. Same thing with Instagram. You have to engage. Send 10 to 20 new friend requests on Facebook. Follow 50 to 100 people on Instagram. Do your happy birthdays. Do your personal development. Personal development is so big with this business because we can get so discouraged, and personal development can be a matter of pulling up something on YouTube as you're getting ready for work, or something that, like, I'm really big into audiobooks. So I'll listen to audio when I'm at work. I'll just plug in my earphones and I'm listening to audiobook. Just get in at least 15 minutes a day of personal development. Just, you have to constantly light the fire underneath you. Otherwise, it's going to go out. And the worst thing you want to do is get discouraged in this business and allow yourself to push back, because you're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting your business. You're your only marketing rep. So you've got to market your own business. How you market your business is by posting. You've got to post product posts, and you've got to post business opportunity posts. So product posts is not just, we like to do lifestyle posts. Post a picture of you drinking your grains. Do not Google It Works post and post a grainy, ugly picture. If it's not attractive to you, it's not going to be attractive to anybody else. People are going to be attracted to your face. Share a picture of you in the picture. If you see something like, so say if you see a picture of me that you like, a product post, reenact that. Take another picture. Make sure it's in good light. People are attracted to something that's visually attracted to them. So make sure all of your pictures are nice looking. People will stop in their tracks when they see before and after pictures. That's one thing that we have over a lot of these other companies like Herbalife. Nobody gets all drawn to pictures of shakes, but if you're going to show a picture, a before and after picture, someone's like, how did she do that? What was she taking? Let me know. So make sure you are sharing before and after pictures, and pay attention to the wording that you're doing. I get a lot of messages like, what wording would you put with this? And I will turn that around and say, what wording would you put with it? And I'll let you know what I think. You could just share, oh my God, look how amazing Jessica looks. She got these results in 5 months or 3 months. Just think of what comes to your mind when you first saw that picture and just share that. Share the business opportunity. Don't just post product pictures or posts. You have to do the business opportunity as well. And the way that you do that is by sharing what made you join this business, what you're looking forward to, what were you able to buy with your last commission check, even if it was a pack of Pampers. Do you know how many people wish that they had extra money just for Pampers, or to put gas in their tanks, or to just go get or to get their nails done or a pedicure? It doesn't have to be something extravagant. And when you're new, you've got to share the little things. You know, those of us who've been in the business for a long time, we're sharing, oh, you know, thanks to It Works, we've gone on vacation, we've bought cars cash, we've done this and that. But a lot of people can't relate to that. What they can relate to is something to help them pay their power bills. So relate to your audience that way. Have somebody in mind. If you're somebody that you know in mind, oh my gosh, I know a person who just gave birth to twins and she doesn't want to go back to work. I'm going to make a post that's going to be attractive to her. Have somebody in your mind when you put out a post. And you've got to do your business post, you've got to do your product post every single day because this is you marketing. So this is what power hours entail, and I just kind of wanted to do a Zoom real quick. We're almost running out of time here. But I tried to do a Zoom real quick to tell you guys these are the details of what we would do. And I say power hours because you could break those down. You could break it down to, say you only have 1 hour to work. Lock yourself away before your kids wake up. Spend 20 minutes sending out 20 messages. Spend 5 minutes following up. Spend 10 minutes commenting on Facebook. Spend 10 minutes commenting on Instagram posts. Spend 5 minutes sending 10 new friend requests on Facebook. 5 minutes following people on Instagram. 5 minutes sending happy birthdays. Guess what? Your power hour is done. You've showed up to work. You've done so much for your business. And now you can go and make breakfast for your family. And then later on, you can check back and do another power hour. But if you don't show up to work, guess what? On the 15th, you don't get paid. So if anybody has any questions, you guys can ask. We're cutting it down. We've got like 1 minute left of this Zoom. At 7 o'clock, we will be doing our team huddle on Legendary. And Colette, you posted that, right? So, and I hope you guys, I'm really happy that all of you guys actually showed up here to this Zoom so that way we can talk about, touch on doing these daily activities. And like I said, I was saying before, we're going to switch around our push group to where our daily activities are going to touch on these activities instead of the host to post. So we're going to be modifying that a little bit, and I hope everybody gets super excited because this is a super exciting business. We've got amazing bonuses on the line, but you just got to show up to work and get there. So I hope we see you guys in 20 minutes. Bye, guys.